My sweet kitties, my dearest ones, today on our agenda we have Anushka Sedokova, a girl from Kyiv, a Kyiv native, a Kyiv girl, 42 years old. She definitely has that Ukrainian accent.
So what? I speak Ukrainian fluently. I can talk to you in it if you want.
Well, in general, Ukrainian women are such beautiful girls. They radiate a special kind of sexual energy. I'm speaking from the heart, it's true, and I doubt you'd disagree. I was just in Amsterdam, by the way. And the red lights, who do you think works on that street? Of course, ladies from Ukraine. And by the way, when I was there 18 years ago at those red lights, I visited, by the way, a porn theater. The porn theater and its performers have greatly improved compared to 18 years ago. There were old ladies sitting there with sagging breasts, all looking so unhappy, grey-haired with cigarettes, and there were very few of them. Some of them would sit there almost from 7 or 8 in the morning, and it was just a heartbreaking sight. Today, it's Ukrainian girls, with cute butts, perky boobs, flat silicone tummies, all of them dancing there, just real beauties. And we walked around, all of this with Nikolai, looking at everything, just getting aesthetic pleasure. There are a lot more tourists now and more trash, yes, but overall, in general, Amsterdam is, of course, beautiful. All right, let's get back to our Anushka Sedokova. What can we say about her? By the way, write if you like her or not. She's a femme fatale, a fatal beauty, a black widow, with 2 bodies behind her, by the way. Yes, husbands drop like flies around her, so boys. Think about whether you really need this. And would you want a wife like her? Or do you think she's frivolous, flighty, just some shallow sex symbol? And let me say right away, this affected image is a strongly pronounced histrionic type, meaning she's a classic drama queen. Yes, this endless red lipstick, red jacket, red patent high-heeled shoes, this teased white hair, these fake eyelashes, it's all so doll-like. This is exactly what characterizes her from a psychiatric point of view as a classic drama queen. That's why she's so wonderful. That's why we can watch her with a bit of hypocrisy, admire her, and enjoy how she radiates these bright, joyful vibes. She's quite a vital, friendly woman, able to communicate and build connections, and overall, women treat her with a certain caution, while men absolutely adore her. And it's like, like an inflatable rubber sex doll. This is how she's supposed to look. That's it. It's a kind of classic image. This is what a sexy woman is supposed to look like. Well, basically, you have to admit she does it very well. So this affected voice that she never turns off, she's already gotten into this flirtatiousness. She's identified with it for a long time now. And then it's not just something innate, it's something acquired.
What sport did I do as a child? Oh, I told you, by the way. I told you what sport I did as a child.
I became linked to Marilyn Monroe's image like her she created herself. So basically, she went from being a plain girl to such a bright blonde, a woman who just set all men's hearts on fire and conquered the whole world. And Anna Sedokova seems to be following her example, like now everyone will go crazy for me just like that.
A real sexy girlfriend, beautiful, sexy, 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 sexy.
Of course, it's a new word.
So sexy. Look how much sexiness I have. Yes, I'm jealous too, of course.
And I'll tell you right away, this is learned behavior. It's like this. She put on a kind of coat as a way to socially adapt, as a way to cope. Yes, it's a form of psychological defense. It helps her survive. So, with women, she builds very distant, superficial relationships, and with men, it's the same kind of pattern, actually. A seductress you can't break away from, meaning she destroys, she can't maintain these relationships for long. All of them lasted about 2 years for her. With the last basketball player, Giannis, they lived together for about 4 years, I think. And as soon as he lost his contracts and money, he was no longer needed instantly. So the focus of attention, as we can see, is shifted to the financial aspect, meaning she has a very consumerist attitude towards men in general, especially towards men. But let's start with what seem to be her advantages, what we see in her. She's a very hard-working, goal-oriented girl.
You know, I've been written off so many times, and she says, I'm going to keep working hard, keep working, and keep doing my social media.
Well, overall, I can't say she's super talented, but she's not talentless either. She's interesting, and she kind of presents herself as deep.
And if I have to choose between a book or a conversation with someone who could help me in my career, I'll always choose the book, because I truly believe that there's more personal growth in that.
So she has this idea that if I have a philosophical mindset all into psychology, then it will be super interesting. And now I'm going to tell you some learned phrases, the ones I've just memorized, and I'll say them so beautifully.
Only since we've already touched on this difficult topic. In my case, I ask you not to. Well, like not to say that someone is bad, like mom is bad, or someone is good, like dad is good. To label people you barely know, especially my mom, my parents, well, I haven't lived my mom's life, you know.
She has a limited vocabulary, but she still tries to make that impression, and this inability to step out of that role, of course, makes women angry. Like, how much longer can this go on? Let's just be friends. Come on, turn into a normal, adequate, ordinary person. Why would I need to act like that here and now? But she does it everywhere with her daughters. She has 3 children, 2 daughters and a son, all from different men. And since naturally she doesn't know how to build long-term relationships, of course, it all falls apart instantly. It just crumbles. But she somehow manages to maintain friendly relations with some of them, especially with that American husband with whom she went through a court case. She has this middle daughter, yes, the one in between, but now it seems like their relationship has normalized.
We have a very good relationship. I have a very good relationship with him and with his beloved woman. And there's absolutely respect and understanding. We consult with each other and we raise the child together.
So yes, she's a character who, of course, you have to agree, deserves to be considered, examined, discussed, evaluated and analyzed in some way. She's quite an interesting lady. Of course, after some time, this whole sex thing, not only will it stop selling, it will actually become funny. You just can't keep going down that road for too long. At some point, you'll start to look like Stifler's mom, you know, kind of wrinkled, aged, with a face that's a bit distorted, and yet you're still trying to sell sex. And it kind of looks a bit vulgar, inappropriate, but for now, everything is still beautiful, especially at this moment. We have all kinds of artificial intelligence now, different filters. You can adjust everything, tighten things up, add a tan, and give it some kind of presentable shape. I mean, it used to be much harder to do this before, so maybe she'll be able to stretch it out, yes, because she's betting on it. So basically, it's like all her investments are going into this, putting it at the forefront, her sexual attractiveness. And if it's not there, if it's already gone tomorrow, what will you have left? Yes.
Have you ever dreamed of becoming the best version of yourself? Yes.
So she has this kind of spark. There's something cat-like about her. You just want to hug her, to kiss her. She can be very gentle, affectionate, and even kind of responsive. And if I were a man, I could fall in love with her. Because you fall for all these manipulations, she is an extremely manipulative woman, well, like any hysterical person, of course. She is manipulative, very cunning, yes, and a bit deceitful, of course, quite an opportunist. But overall, I usually, or rather most often, start my videos by focusing on some positive aspects. But here she is such a vivid, controversial character that it's hard to emphasize any positive qualities. It always feels like I want to mix them with a hint of something nasty, detached from my own feelings. She can be very cold, very indifferent, very cruel, and she can just cut people off like that easily.
I honestly broke up with a man because he demanded that I sit with him at L'Amour at 5 p.m. and have dinner.
Just snap and I cut it off. Because I have this ability to distance myself, to take a step aside, to walk away. And there's actually a lot in that, really. This Snow Queen, she suddenly appears and she doesn't care. She couldn't care less about your feelings, about you suffering or anything like that. That's why this cynical traitor grows inside her, some kind of soulless, cunning woman. Well, that's just how it is. Of course, it comes from some childhood traumas, from that sensitivity, and all of this developed over the years. It didn't just come out of nowhere. She suffered despite not coming from a poor family. I'll tell you, her father, remind me if I'm wrong, was, I think, the director of television, the director of Kiev television. Correct me if I'm mistaken, something like that, so he was a big shot. Since the family broke up, she says the divorce was very messy. It was all extremely traumatic.
Since my dad passed away and they had a very nasty fight with my mom, and then my mom left, and basically my brother left my life too. So essentially, I don't have a single close relative left.
I started to feel this sense of loneliness, the feeling that I'm unwanted, unattractive, that no one would love me, and up until I was 25, I never felt beautiful. That's why I had to create that feeling myself. And these men, as a way of endless self-affirmation, yes, it's like, oh my God, why do you need this one? Why that one? Why this married man? Yes, with Katya Gordon, I'm pregnant.
We're still married, I'm lying there. Then Sedokova posts a photo, and I look and think, oh my God, those are our wallpaper and baseboards.
Anna Sedokova, yes?
I write to Sedokova, like, maybe I'll give birth, at least Anya, what's wrong with you? You're such a good person. She says, are you married? Yes, I'm pregnant, you know? Honestly, right now, I don't care about her because I know that things...
Wait, hold on, she was visiting him, and where were you at?
The hospital at...
On hospital bed rest, you were lying there pregnant. When did he justify this?
And he doesn't hide it. He says, yes, Sedokova.
Why do you need this, Zorin, Anya? Well, why do you need this, Zorin? Okay, fine, maybe some handsome rich basketball players, but why do you need Zorin? And so Katya is there on bed rest. You know that Zorin's pregnant wife is also there on bed rest, and you go to Zorin and have sex with him. For a while, you stay there while Katya's in the hospital and organize your creams and bottles. What does that say about you? But it's specifically revenge against a woman like, here, take that woman, this desire to smear her like, I'm going to destroy you. Yes, right now, woman. And actually, this pickup artist method to keep this man is done in a simple way. Save me, I'm a little girl, I need help, I want to find a man who will take care of me, but at the same time I'm a little girl and very sexy. I'm a girl, I'm a kitty, I'm a man. For me, I'm the center of the universe.
To me, a man is always the center of everything, the universe. Do you understand? And actually, I don't need anyone except him, and now I have him, and that's it. He's the most important thing, in my life.
And that's the whole conflict. And the paradox is that it seems like she's always doing everything herself, like a workhorse, achieving everything on her own, being self-made and relying only on herself. She presents herself as an extremely self-sufficient, freedom-loving woman, and at the same time, save me, my prince, come for me, see how I am, see how sexy I am, ah, my kitty. And men really react strongly to this, and that's true. Basically, you can even do an experiment. Let me give you all some homework. Just try it out. Take on this role. Dress up like Anya Sedokova with your lips done, your hair curled, wearing heels, and act this way, talk just like this, and just watch how men react. They will react in the most amazing way, really. Their masculine energy will be activated. Their masculinity will take over, and they turn into machos who want you. Yes, Anechka, let me help you. What do you need? Let me take care of you, my little doll. She invites this care, but after a while, she loses interest. All of this is no longer interesting, it's boring, don't smother me as if there's something richer, thicker, more interesting, tastier, more fun somewhere else. I'm running over there now. Yes, there's a certain flightiness as if it's present, but she consciously, or rather unconsciously, reaches this level of playfulness because there's no seriousness in playfulness. And it creates a kind of cognitive dissonance. Yes, write in the comments if you feel the same way. When you listen to her and she starts talking about some very important, serious things, but in that kind of voice.
As soon as you start thinking that someone or something is like that, those are already negative emotions and no story is built on them. So wow, that's terrible.
That's a great answer, I like it.
If you're trying to say something like that, I'm a very serious person and now I can't get out of character. That's it, I'm already in it. I've completely merged with it. I don't know how to be any other way. Yeah, that's how our voices sound. Even hysterics have their own type. You're already in my psychiatry class, so you should be advanced. There are childish voices, like when a woman who's 40 or 50 years old speaks in a little child's voice.
They send pictures of their privates, yes.
Yes, there is that kind of voice. If I always, let's say, have a soft tone or something in between, it all means we have a strongly pronounced asthenic radical. Yes, I break this voice, I portray myself as an actress, I get into this role, yes. So I play like this, my little kitties. That's why a woman like this is, of course, not simple, she's complicated. Yes, that's why she writes something about these books, like The Art of Seduction. She tried to run some courses, and The Art of Seduction. Okay, that's great, fine, but it's probably more suitable for escorts, not really for building serious relationships. So, if you want to get something from a man here and now in some way, then yes, her courses would be suitable. But if you want to have a healthy family, to have children, and generally enjoy your family life, then she probably isn't the right choice. Because she doesn't have that understanding of how to do it. She never figured it out. She never got there. So on one hand, it's like she suffers from it, but on the other hand, it's like she enjoys it. Yes, that's the kind of joy, happiness, and pleasure. It's as if life is all glitter, it's joy. Banquets mean delicious food, parties, alcohol.
Well, I mean, you go out to a restaurant, everyone is drinking there, champagne, so you wake up, go to a resort or to some event.
Even to any kind of event.
So basically, life without alcohol for 99%, well, even 90% of people just don't know how to live without it.
She tried to quit alcohol there. I don't know how things are now, but honestly, that's really how it is, especially when you live in Moscow or St. Petersburg. It's such a very cold place where you kind of want to drink wine, but it's really bad. It has a very harmful effect. I mean, you wake up in the morning just feeling bloated. It really doesn't make a piglet look good, of course. So in Russia, you have to be more careful with alcohol. So regarding her political stance, she doesn't express it. Ukrainians have all blacklisted her, and no one from Ukraine talks to her. But that's also partly a betrayal. You have to agree, we've discussed this more than once. They also mentioned Anuasti, saying Ukrainians have said goodbye to her, which says a lot. That's enough. I mean, she could have gone back to her homeland, supported her country, sung, performed for her country on behalf of her people. But no, she doesn't talk to her mother. Her father passed away, and she doesn't communicate with her mother or her brother. According to her, this has been going on for a long time, but I think that her lack of support for her own country also played a role in her being seen as a traitor, and not without reason. This happens in many places, and quite often. In what area, really? Yes, there's a lot of that kind of thing in it. Since she reached this superficial level, it's not hard for her to do this. It's quite easy for her. This phrase also really amuses me. Actually, when I'm with a man, that man is just the center of the universe for me. Yes, I've had a lot of men. I actually had 4 husbands. I had children with all of them. And besides my husbands, there were also many other men. And at first, it's just one. For 2 years, yes, he's the center of the universe. After 2 years, the next man, my man, is also the center of the universe. After another 2 years, the next man, center of the universe. And after another 2 years, yet another man. It's at the very least a bit strange, wouldn't you agree? In general, it says a lot about her. What is all this really about, honestly, don't you think? So yes, in general, a girl like that is certainly very interesting, so radiant, having a friend like that. God forbid, really, God forbid you have someone like that around you. The moment you turn your back, who knows what starts happening then, even though she presents herself a certain way. When a couple approaches me, I only talk to the woman, I don't talk to the man.
That's how I was raised, and I developed that culture myself. If a man comes to me with his wife, I always speak to her first and never to him without including her.
What's funny is when they try to catch her out on something. Has anyone ever offered you money, like as an escort, or has anyone ever bought you anything? Of course, there are always rumors about how much she cost and so on. They were all sold at some point, since this is the golden lineup of Viagra, they were valued the most. By the way, please write in the comments why you think they became such a brand. When you say the group Viagra, you immediately remember these three girls: the brunette, the blonde, and the redhead. She was always the redhead before, but actually she was the most beautiful one. Vera Brezhneva, she's not a beauty, and Natka is also really an acquired taste. She's like a doll. The most striking one was always the redhead, and even today she's still a very bright, beautiful girl. Of course, maybe without makeup, but all of us without makeup, as we get older, we're not exactly super, let's be honest. So, yeah, she's actually such a pretty girl. I like the way she looks. She's like a doll. So, coming to this, there's actually a lot to say here. Let me quickly go over what I wrote down, what I noted, so I don't miss anything. And what's funny is that she sometimes, well, not sometimes, she has this habit. On one hand, there's this Ukrainian accent. You can definitely hear it. And at the same time, again, she tries to change her accent as if she's lived in America for many years. And now her voice sounds very foreign. She's developed a really strong accent. Yes.
Caring and, he really takes care of me. All of this can be worn to a party.
Yes, and she kind of imagines herself as some sort of Mariah Carey. Yes, something like that, I don't know. A special kind of global star who has spoken English her whole life, and now she has to speak Russian. So she came to Russia. There's a certain surreal feeling, and she's giving this interview. Now she's going to tell us how she achieved this worldwide fame. Christina Aguilera, something like that. I am Christina Aguilera, and now I'm going to tell you everything. Yeah, well, just a girl like that, basically. So what else, limited Genya? But I said slippery, yes, playful, lively, bright. I'm a queen, that's her. I'm a guest on the show. Yes, listen to me. I'm so sexy, alluring, and dazzling. Well, yes, I already mentioned this vitality, love of life. Marilyn Monroe is also really friendly, a workaholic. That's it. What else? Eating disorder? Yes, that's obvious. You can see it. As for being an alcoholic, I wouldn't say she's an alcoholic. T. Laura is just trying to make it look that way. Well, say you have hives. Well, say you have alcoholism. Just say it. Just say it. Dima Belanzesk admitted that he has alcoholism. Well, Maxim admitted it too, right?
I haven't reached that stage yet where you drink every day and can't imagine life without it, but about 3 times a week I do. Well, it's just that now there's some kind of trend. A lot of artists have started admitting to their addictions.
He's pushing her to say, yes, I'm an alcoholic, I'm a drunk, and Laura would be clapping her hands. And in general, this scene is like when one girl is beautiful and the other is not. I can't really say that Laura is not beautiful, but it's like Laura has forbidden herself from having sex. She always goes into some kind of strange shadow with guests. And in general, she lives her life in this interesting shadow. It's like she's always the friend of the main character. I feel sorry for Laura, I feel sorry for you, that you're always some kind of friend of the main character, and it's like your whole life is like that. Well, you just want to say, pull yourself together, don't be a pushover, stand up for yourself, come on, it's not because you're an interviewer. By the way, Laura, for example, take Sobchak. She's never the friend of the main character. She's the main character herself. Yes, a guest comes to her, but she's also the main character. But you on camera, you kind of dissolve as if you become so tiny next to her. I don't know. I came from Georgia. Laura came to us from Georgia, right? Or wherever I'm from, whatever, some kind of migrant. I'm a little bit, like, where am I going? All freckled. What? There's something like that.
Hector, how old is Mom?
Well, 20.
How much is 20?
111.
21. Yes, great. Yes, that's right. Good job. And the dogs? Ha ha ha. No, actually, that's them speaking through the mouths of babes,
They're not babes at all.
Yes, you want to say, spread your wings, make a bold statement about yourself. And it's not even about some external image. It's first and foremost. Right now, it's like we're analyzing Laura. Well, we'll be analyzing Laura soon. Laura, I'll be analyzing you soon. So that's how it is. Okay, sweeties, well, let's quickly go through it. So what else? Well, the man is being devoured. She's like a dangerous scorpion woman. She devours men. So men, be careful. Anna Sedokova, if you suddenly come across her on your way, stay alert. Yes, yes, such a cunning, manipulative woman. Yes, she can be very cruel, stepping over others to get what she wants. Yes, like I said before, she doesn't care about the feelings of those close to her. Yes, 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 and she doesn't give interviews because she's afraid of looking bad. We understand her. Yes, interviewers can't set up lighting, making it a total nightmare. Yes, she's so flighty, but she decided to be both superficial and flighty because it's safer that way. It's clear how to be, how to live, what to do. Because when you're deep, you're kind of exposed, and being exposed is dangerous. It's a no. So it's better for us to stay in this sort of lighter version. Yes. So, my kitties, we've basically discussed all of this together. Well, this endless affectation is just a form of protection. Yes, a way to socially adapt. It's like a kind of armor. Yes, that's its role, let's say. She put it on, identified with it, and now she can't get out of it. But at least I'm beautiful. Everyone wants me. This is a way to endlessly assert oneself, endlessly, whether it's true or not, at the expense of everyone around. Just like Marilyn Monroe, whether it's needed or not, she struts her stuff and goes and goes and goes, and everyone is just crazy about her. Yes, everyone is simply dying and falling for her, and she leaves one, then another, then a third behind. Everything is burning, blazing. Everyone is just dropping like flies. And so Anna moves forward. Yes, she has this kind of interesting vibe about her. Well, that's it, my sweeties. Please write what you think about all this. Do you like this singer? Don't like her, don't like her, just write what you think, and I'll be waiting for all of you in my psychotherapy group on the 1st. The biggest price increase is coming. So, for the subscription, if you want to keep the old price, so to speak, and lock in that old price, make sure to subscribe before November 1st. That's it, and as you know, in our group there are constantly, every day, lots of videos from me, exclusively and only available here. Of course, yes, it's a full-fledged training, psychotherapeutic and psychological. That means there's psychological training going on there. It's real work, because I'm constantly giving different kinds of exercises and meditations. We analyze the most interesting movies together. Yes, we read books, and we discuss all of it. We have a very friendly atmosphere in the group. No one bites or attacks anyone, and if someone behaves badly, I immediately ban them, and that's why I care about all of you. We have metaphorical cards there, and I'm there with you all the time, non-stop. I read everything, and we're practically in touch with you around the clock. So make sure to subscribe at the old price. The link will be below in the description. And in general, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and VK, where you're watching all of this right now. Everywhere, be sure to subscribe to me, leave comments, and visit my main page on Telegram, by the way. There's a lot of interesting stuff there. All the links are below. Yes, my links. See you next time. Let me know which star you would like to take next.